Hi everyone, this is Vladimir Kramnik against Jaan Ehlvest, which was played in Riga at the Tal Memorial in 1995. It was a great win by Kramnik in 25 moves, and the opening was a Queen's Gambit with a semi-Slav defense. It transposed into that after this opening sequence. All normal stuff. And then here Kramnik can take this pawn because of the pin on the queen here, so he's going to get the snipe back and he will have won a pawn. And here Ehlvest played knight on b to d7, which is the notorious Botvinnik system, and it's one of the sharpest and most complex lines in modern day opening theory. Only the very bravest venture down these paths, especially when confronting a noted expert like Kramnik, who replied with g3, which is unusual. E takes f6 is the most common response, as so. And with g3, he is more or less attempting a finesse of move order, hoping to restrict black's options, but there are both pros and cons to it. Ehlvest replied with queen a5, which is unusual as well. Bishop b7 would have been more to the point if black hopes to transpose into the main line, while there's also rook g8, which attempts to exploit white's unusual move order, but it's fairly easily dealt with. Anyway, back to the game. Ehlvest played queen a5, and Kramnik now took with e takes f6. There followed bishop to a6 and queen f3. It's an interesting move to choose queen f3. A3 is another good move here, stifling black's queenside development, which is coming along pretty well. But Kramnik with queen f3 prefers to go for direct attacking lines. Ehlvest replied rook c8, and then came bishop e2, b4, knight to e4, c5, d5, e takes d5, queen f5, leaving the knight en prise, in order to get dangerous attacking chances which proved decisive in the game. So d takes e4, the knight was accepted. There's a few other possibilities there, but they all result in advantage for white. For example, c3, which the best reply to is queen takes d5, and the best play is c takes b2, rook d1, b3 check, bishop to d2, queen b6, knight g5, queen takes f6, bishop takes a6, and white would win. So in the game, after the knight was taken here, Kramnik castled queenside with immediate threats like the mate on d7, to which Ehlvest replied rook c7, and it's important to note that queen c7 doesn't work as a defense because of rook he1. Bishop b7, bishop takes c4, bishop c6, rook takes e4 check, bishop takes e4, queen takes c4 check, queen e5, queen b7, queen c7, bishop takes f7 check, where if the king takes, there is of course rook takes d7 check, winning the queen. So rook c7 is the correct defense, and Kramnik now replied with bishop g4 instead of queen takes e4 check. It's a better move, all things considered, to intensify the pressure on d7. Ehlvest replied bishop b5. Queen takes a2 looks tempting here, but again it's better for white because of rook takes d7, very dangerous move. The only play black has now is queen a1, king d2, and then there's a few possibilities. This rook here is immune because of a mate in 2 with queen e5 check, bishop e7, queen takes e7 mate. So after queen a1 check, king d2, queen takes b2 check is the best continuation. There's a few options here. King e3 is what white has to play, and then black has queen c3 check, king f4, bishop b7, rook hd1, with an absolutely crushing attack for white. There was one more option here for black. After king e3, there's queen d4 check, offering the queen for the rook here in getting a lot of passed pawns, 3 connected ones together, but it fails as well, because after c takes d4 check, king d2, c3 check, king e1. I mean, it looks threatening, but they won't be able to get there in time before these pieces coordinate for a mating attack. So in the game, after bishop b5, Kramnik played queen takes e4 check, and Ehlvest replied king d8. Then bishop takes d7, bishop takes d7, and look at the position as white is well ahead. Rook he1, with immediate threats like queen e8 mate, because this bishop is pinned and that has to be defended against straight away, and there really is no sound defense. The game is basically over here. Like king c8 is queen a8 is mate. The only move that really prolongs the agony is bishop d6 after rook he1, bishop d6, which is again results in a crushing attack for white after rook takes d6, queen b5, queen a8 check, rook c8, queen d5, c3, rook e7, rook c7, b takes c3, b takes c3, queen a8, and it's all over. That's not what happened in the game though. Ehlvest went for a different defense, but it was a blunder which resulted in a quick loss. After bishop h6, so the rook is covering e7 or e8, it's mate in 5 moves, with queen a8 check, rook c8, rook takes d7 check, king takes d7, queen d5 check, king c7, rook e7 check, king b8, queen b7 mate, and it's all over. So it was a great game from Kramnik, and he's a great guy. I had the pleasure of meeting him in Prague last year, and he's a good man, and so it's great to see him winning a brilliant game like this, and I hope you enjoyed it too, and please leave any comments and thoughts. Thanks.